Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Network. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate wears the badge Ultimate proudly, and it is just. The insane amount of work involved, every character returning, and then there are the spirit battles. With over 1,300 current spirits and 1,000 of them being in the form of a battle, there are so many nods to the many franchises that my neck starts to hurt. But it's nearly impossible to understand every spirit battle reference, and why they are well thought out and fit that character. Some can be obvious, some are far more obscure. So I'm starting a new series, explaining every spirit battle. Each video will be a different franchise because doing one video for every spirit battle would be insane. There'll be no particular order in what franchises I do one after the other. Just depends on when I get all the footage, as many battles will be random on the spirit board. And I will only be covering the battles themselves, not spirits obtained through summoning and whatnot. Another thing to note, just assume, because it does apply 99% of the time, the costume the fighter is wearing is a nod to the spirit character in one form or another. Mentioning the costume looks like a Spiny over and over again will just get annoying. So let's get to rock and rolling, turning up the bass, and playing some blues. This is every spirit battle for Mega Man Explained. The bass spirit is represented by a Mega Man and a metal duck hunt, who is meant to represent Bass's canine companion Treble. You fight in Wily's Castle, a nod to Mega Man fighting Bass in Mega Man 7 in Wily's Castle, while shooting items are buffed up and it's a stamina battle. We're Robots, Dr. Wily Stage 2 plays. The Dr. Light Spirit has you battling Dr. Mario as Dr. Light and a Mega Man as the super fighting robot himself. This stamina battle is on Wily's Castle as Dr. Mario avoids conflict, as Dr. Light is not one for fighting. The Mega Man 2 medley plays. The Roll Spirit is represented by a female villager and Roll's brother Mega Man. You fight it out on Living Room as Dr. Light built her as a housekeeper. The time battle can only be completed if you defeat the villager, and she will heal over time, which I can only imagine is a nod to Roll.exe, the Navi version of Roll from the Battle Network series, as her battle chip heals. The Mega Man Retro Medley plays. The Beat Spirit is represented by Falco and Mega Man. You fight it out on Wily Castle as heavy winds plague the stage. The enemies will favor grabs and throws, a nod to how Beat in Mega Man 7, 9, 10, and 11 could be used to grab Mega Man if he fell in a pit and save him from death. The Mega Man 4 medley plays, although Beat was not introduced till Mega Man 5, so that's a little bit of a head scratcher. The Auto Spirit is represented by Rob while on Moray Towers. Being an inventor and creating items for Mega Man and an assistant of Dr. Light, shooting items will spawn and Rob starts with the Super Scope. Moray Towers is probably meant to represent the opening stage of Mega Man 7, the debut game for Auto. We're Robots, Dr. Wily Stage 2 plays. The Duo Spirit is represented by two Captain Falcons while in Wily's Castle. Two Falcons is possibly a nod to how at the start of Mega Man 8, Duo is facing another alien being in space, and they both crash land on Earth. Or perhaps a similar answer, his name Duo. The Falcons will have super armor, and it is a stamina battle. The Captain Falcons will also favor their neutral special, Falcon Punch, a nod to Duo's giant arm and fist. We're Robots, Dr. Wily Stage 2 plays. The Dr. Wily Spirit has you battling Dr. Mario and 8 metal Mega Mans in a stamina battle while fighting on Wily's own castle. You must defeat the 8 Mega Mans before Dr. Mario will appear, a nod to how you must defeat the 8 Robot Masters to get to Dr. Wily. The Mega Man 2 medley plays. The Wily Capsule Spirit is represented by Metal Rob while on Wily Castle. Rob is used to represent the many Wily machines you have to face as some of the final battles in the Mega Man games. This is also a stamina battle and has the Wily Capsule Assist Trophy spawn early in the battle. The Mega Man 2 medley plays. The Metar Spirit, I always call it the Metals, but okay, is represented by PAC-MAN and the Wrecking Crew stage. PAC-MAN will not jump during this stamina battle, a nod to how Metals are always on the ground and either hiding under their helmets or peeking out to attack. PAC-MAN will also shield often, a nod to that hiding I mentioned before. The Cutman stage song plays. The Cutman Spirit is represented by two Young Links while on Wily's Castle. In this stamina battle, the Young Links will favor their now buffed side special, Boomerang, which is meant to act like Cutman's own rolling cutter ability, where he throws his scissors on top of his head at Mega Man, and they would come back to him just as a boomerang would. Cutman stage music plays. The Gutsman Spirit is represented by a giant Mega Man while on Gerudo Valley, which is meant to represent Gutsman's own stage. Mega Man will be granted super armor, a nod to how strong and durable Gutsman is. He will favor grabs and throws, a nod to Guts-Man's special weapon, the Super Arm, which allows him, and in turn Mega Man, to lift heavy rocks and objects and throw them. Earthquakes will happen periodically as well, to emulate the battle with him in Mega Man 1 when Guts-Man would jump and Mega Man would be stunned for a moment when Guts-Man landed on the ground. Guts-Man's own stage music plays. The Iceman spirit is represented by the parka-wearing pair, the Ice Climbers, while battling on Summit, meant to represent Iceman's stage. The ice floor is active as well, and the Ice Climbers' ice and water attacks are buffed, all while having super armor. The Iceman stage music plays, and I think we can all be thankful that we don't have to hear that disappearing block noise. Well, maybe for a second. Wong, wong, wong. The Bomb Man spirit is represented by two young Links while fighting on Wily's castle. The young Link's explosive and fire attacks are buffed as they will favor their down special bomb, which represents Bomb Man's special weapon, the Hyper Bomb. This stamina battle has the Bomb Man stage music playing. The Fireman spirit is represented by a Mega Man while fighting on Norfair, which is meant to be Fireman's stage from Mega Man 1. The lava floor is active while fighting in the stamina battle. Mega Man will focus on his down smash, Flame Blast, meant to represent Fireman's special weapon, although Flame Blast comes from Flame Man in Mega Man 6. Fireman stage music plays. The Electman spirit is represented by Pikachu while on Wily's castle. In this stamina battle, actually, one second. All the Robot Masters, except for one, are stamina battles. I'm going to stop repeating myself at this point until I get to the one Robot Master that is not a stamina battle for some odd reason. Anyways, a Zap floor is active while all of Pikachu's electric attacks are buffed. And there's no Electman music, so Guts-Man's stage music plays. The Metal Man spirit is represented by three Mega Mans while in Wily's castle. Mega Man's neutral special is buffed, and all three will focus on it, as it is Metal Blade, Metal Man's extremely versatile special weapon. The Metal Man stage music is playing. The Airman spirit has you battling a Mega Man while in Skyworld, as it represents Airman's stage in Mega Man 2. High winds plague the stage as Mega Man starts with a Gust Blower, meant to represent Airman's special weapon, Air Shooter. The Airman stage music plays. The Quick Man spirit is represented by Mega Man while fighting on Wily's castle. The Boomerang item will commonly spawn and is meant to represent Quick Man's special weapon, Quick Boomerang. Mega Man will also focus on grabbing and using the boomerangs. The Quick Man stage music plays. The Crash Man spirit is represented by three Mega Man on Wrecking Crew, meant to represent Crash Man's stage from Mega Man 2, as it is a more vertical stage, somewhat like Wrecking Crew's own stage, as it goes down as you destroy the levels. The Mega Man will also focus on their now buffed side special, the Crash Bomber, as it is Crash Man's special weapon. Crash Man's own stage music plays. The Flash Man spirit is represented by Mega Man while fighting on Wily's castle. This is a time battle where the timer item will commonly spawn and Mega Man will focus on grabbing it. The timer item is meant to represent Flash Man's special weapon, Time Stopper, which freezes Mega Man in place during their battle. The Flash Man stage music plays. The Woodman spirit is represented by a pair of Mega Man while fighting on Duck Hunt, a nod to the wooded area in Woodman's stage. Mega Man's down special, Leaf Shield, is buffed up and Mega Man will shield often, a nod to Woodman using Leaf Shield in battle, protecting himself from damage. The Woodman stage music plays. The Hardman spirit has you fighting three Mega Man on Great Cave Offensive, meant to represent Hardman's own stage. The Mega Man will favor their down air special, Hard Knuckle, Hardman's special weapon. Earthquakes will periodically occur, a nod to when a Hardman would jump around during battle and Mega Man would be stunned momentarily if he was on the ground as Hardman impacted with the earth. The Hardman stage music plays. The Top Man spirit has you battling four Mega Mans on Distant Planet, representing his own stage. The Mega Mans, what would the proper term be? All the Mega People's dash attack Top Spin are buffed up, as it's shockingly enough Top Man's special weapon. Wait, his weapon is the spin? You know, I always did question why we had a Top Man that just spun around as his special weapon, but he's still kind of cool at least. As you can guess, Top Man's stage music plays. The Snake Man spirit is represented by two snakes. Part of me is annoyed by how on the nose this is, but the other part of me can't help but actually smile. You fight on Congo Jungle, meaning to represent Snake Man's stage, while the snakes will be distracted by items. The Bomachu item will commonly spawn as they represent Snake Man's special weapon, Search Snake, which would slither on the ground and attack Mega Man. The Snake Man's stage music plays. Side note, why so far has Electman be the only Robot Master not to get some sort of music for his own stage? I really like his music. The Sparkman spirit is represented by four Mega Persons while on Midgard to represent his own stage. as Zap Floor is active, and the MegaMans will favor their up special, Spark Shock, as Spark-Man's special weapon. Spark-Man stage music plays. The Shadow Man spirit is represented by 3 Greninja on Norfair, and yes, Norfair is meant to represent his stage, as there are a waterfall of lavas in his own stage. Lava falls? The Greninjas will favor their now buffed neutral special, Water Shuriken, which is meant to represent Shadow Man's own special weapon, Shadow Blade. Shadow Man's own stage music plays. The Dive Man spirit has you fending off a pair of Mega Man while battling on Great Bay, which do I really need to repeat myself? All the stages except Wily's Castle for the Robot Masters represent their own stages in the games. The Mega Man start the battle with the Steel Diver weapon, which is meant to represent Dive Man's very own dive missile. The Mega Man 4 medley plays, the game where Dive Man appears. The Skull Man spirit is represented by Samus with Reflect active, a nod to Skull Man's special weapon, the Skull Barrier. All reflected damage is buffed as well. You fight it out on Wily's Castle as the Mega Man 4 medley plays, the game where Skull Man debuted. The Gravity Man spirit is represented by Dark Samus while on Mario Galaxy stage. Gravity will change from high to low throughout the battle, a nod to the battle with Gravity Man where Mega Man is thrown from the ceiling to the floor during it. Gravity Man's stage music plays. The Napalm Man spirit is represented by 3 snakes while in Wily's Castle. Explosion and fire attacks are buffed as snakes will favor their neutral special, Hand Grenade, which is meant to represent Napalm Man's special weapon, Napalm Bomb. Napalm Man's stage music plays. The Dark Man 4 spirit is represented by Mega Man and 3 Samuses who are meant to represent Dark Man 1, 2, and 3. You must defeat the Samuses to get Mega Man to appear, just like in the game where you have to defeat all the Dark Men in order. You fight on Wily's Castle as their shields are extra durable, perhaps a nod to Dark Man 2, who uses an electromagnetic barrier. The Dark Man stage music plays. The Nightman spirit is represented by Metal Simon, as his vampire killer whip is meant to represent Nightman's mace, which is on a chain. You fight it out on the throne room area of Castle Siege, while Simon will favor his smash attacks. Mega Man 4 through 6 retro medley plays. The Windman spirit is represented by Mega Man while in Skyworld. Mega Man will love the jump as heavy winds will plague the battlefield, and that is meant to represent Windman's abilities. Airman stage music plays. The Slash Man spirit is represented by 3 Mega Mans on Distant Planet. They will favor their back air special, Slash Claw, Slash Man special weapon. The floor is sticky, a nod to the little bombs that Slash Man will hit Mega Man with that will make him stick and unable to jump. Were Robots from Dr. Wily Stage 2 plays. The Swordman spirit is represented by 2 Mega Peoples while on Find Me. The duo's fire and explosion attacks are buffed up, as they will also favor their forward aerial, Flame Sword, Swordman special weapon. Were Robots, Dr. Wily Stage 2 plays. The Galaxy Man spirit, the only Robot Master spirit not to be a stamina battle, is represented by Rob while on Lilac Cruise. The gravity is low to give Rob the hovering feeling that Gravity Man has, and Rob will start the battle with a Black Hole item, a nod to his special weapon, Black Hole Bomb. This is a timed battle as Flash in the Dark, Dr. Wily Stage 1 plays. The X spirit, yes, his name is not MegaMan.EXE, just X, is represented by Mega Man on New Donk City, meant to represent Able City where X is a Maverick Hunter. This is a stamina battle as Mega Man has super armor, a nod to X's many different armors he dons in his games, and Mega Man's energy attacks are buffed. Opening stage from MegaMan.EXE plays. The Zero Buster spirit is represented by Mega Man on Big Blue, which is meant to represent Central Highway, the opening stage in the first MegaMan.EXE game. This stamina battle has the Zero Assist trophy being summoned early on, and Mega Man's energy attacks are buffed. The amazing X vs. Zero music plays. The Axel spirit is represented by 2 Mega Man on Midgar, which does look like the aesthetics of Mega Man X7 where Axel debuted. This stamina battle has the Mega People starting with Ray Gun, a nod to Axel's always having a pistol-like weapon, and all shooting attacks are buffed. Opening stage from MegaMan.EXE plays. The Sigma spirit is represented by Ganondorf on Midgar, meant to represent Sigma's fortress. This is a stamina battle as melee weapons are buffed, a nod to Sigma using a lightsaber as a weapon in X1, and a side note, Wolverine claws in X2 because Wolverine is cool, and X2 is also the name of an X-Man movie. Coincidence? Shrug? Anyways, the X vs. Zero music plays. The Mega Man Volnut spirit is represented by 4 Mega Mans in the Great Cave Offensive, a nod to Volnut being a digger in the Legend series going into ruins undergrounds to get reactors. This time battle has explosion type items spawning commonly, a nod to the use of explosions to progress in ruins, and gravity is high, so jumping is hindered as Volnut has a little jump in game. Light Plane Remix Plays. The Roll Cassette Spirit is represented by Isabelle and Diddy Kong, who represents Data, MegaMan Volna, and Roll's monkey friend, who loves to save your data. You fight on the Pilot Wing stage, a nod to their own flying vessel, the Flutter, as Hokatep bombs spawn very commonly, which is an amusingly and sad nod towards the cliffhanger ending of Legends 2, where MegaMan is stuck on the moon and Roll is attempting to build a rocket to save him. Spoilers, no sequel is ever made. Not bitter at all. Light Plane for 3DS Wii U plays. The Tron Bond Spirit is represented by Wendy Koopa with two tiny yellow robs meant to represent Tron's server bots, which predates the minions, and the server bots are actually quite enjoyable. Take that, Illumination! This is a no-frills battle while on the cliff section of Woohoo Island, where robots Dr. Wily Stage 2 plays. The MegaMan.EXE Spirit is represented by MegaMan while on Hanambo and a Zap Floor activated, all to give it a somewhat similar aesthetic to battling and virus busting in the MegaMan Battle Network series. Shooting Star plays. The Protoman.EXE Spirit is represented by Shulk on Mute City. Shulk's speed and melee damage is buffed, nod to Protoman.EXE being a swift swordsman in the Battle Network games. Sword items will commonly spawn, again a nod to his main weapon being a sword. Unfortunately, you can't combine 3 swords to do a program event, and like 5% of the audience actually understood that. The theme is Zero for MegaMan.EXE plays. The Geostellar and Omega-6 Spirit is represented by Richter and Wolf respectively. You fight on Moray Towers, which is meant to act like the EM waves that Geo and Omega use to get around in the wave world when they EM wave change into Mega Man. A Zap Floor is activated as Shooting Star plays. The MegaMan Zero Spirit has you battling Zero Suit Samus while on Midgar, which is meant to represent Neo Arcadia. This stamina battle has Zero Suit Samus start the battle with a beam sword to represent Zero's own sword, and the Zero Assist trophy will spawn at the start of the battle. The theme of Zero for MegaMan.EXE plays. The Model X Spirit is represented by 4 different Megamans, as each Megaman represents the different biometals from the ZX series. You battle it out on Moray Towers, which I believe represents Slither Inc., where Serpent, the boss from the first game, resides. They will favor their smash attacks as the opening stage to X plays. And there you have it, Mega fans, every Mega Man Spirit battle explained. I would have loved more diverse amount of spirits representing all the franchises a bit more, but I see the logic of mostly being just the classic series. On a side note, this is totally not a shameless plug to have you watch my not so brief histories on the Classic and X series, which goes into the plot of each of those games into great detail. Check them out. Mega Man is a character near and dear to many gamers, including myself, and it was a lot of fun to go through these battles, and to see all the nods and love put into the Blue Bombers part in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Thank you for joining me here at the Nintendo Network. What was your favorite Mega Man Spirit battle? And what was a Mega Man character you would have loved to see in a Spirit battle? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider helping me out on Patreon. Now if you'll excuse me, I think I need to go replay Battle Network. It is my favorite of all the Mega Mans.